Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem HaKakwadash.
A double honor to the apostle and elders. Salutations to the Occupant pushing the work and truth and sincerity. All right, GMS Works, Wisconsin. All right, it's midweek. We're coming to prophesy the downfall of America. All right, because it's that time. All right, we're getting closer and closer. All right, we're at the end of the Passover, the feast of unleavened bread. All right, Lord willing, we ate the Passover. All right, worthily. Okay. Oh, yeah, I definitely need that.
For him, bro.
Oh, you're just gonna give it to. But yeah, man, you know, Lord willing, we ate the Passover worthily. Okay, and you know, because we're called in this ministry. All right, somebody get rehearse the righteous act. Okay, we got this truth so that we can be sealed. Okay, not so this can be an Israelite party type of deal, man. We can have fun and play and, you know, be in the spirit of mirth. We still in Babylon. Give me Baruch chapter 3. Go ahead, you got it. Baruch 3. We are yet this day in our captivity.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11, and it reads, "They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord Yahweh."
Yeah, the place of drawing water, all right? And that's America, okay? There shall we rehearse the righteous acts, okay? Because drawing water is, in a sense, servitude, you know? And we were here in America to serve these devils and so-called white men. And now that time has come to an end, all right? And what marked the end of that? Us rising up in this truth. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Did you find that one?
Yeah. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. It says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us,
right,
for a reproach and a curse."
Right. And so we're scattered to the uttermost parts of the world. Okay? For what? A reproach and a curse. So, and we understand that that's our plight here right now in the world. Okay, despite what they're pushing on mainstream media, despite what they're saying, you know, in these institutions. See, they want our people to be asleep, all right, and be fully invested in this system, the so-called white man system, so we won't know exactly who we are, okay? So we can be blinded, all right? This is the end of the world. You know, uproars of the people, commotions of the people, nations against nations. These are the signs that was said aforetime, all right? So that it would mark the downfall of this world, man. All right. So go ahead.
It says, "And a curse, and to be subject to payment."
Right, and we're subject to payment. Okay. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing to celebrate. We haven't won any goddamn thing. Okay. We got the truth, and we're subject to the Lord's mercy. You see? And so we're not supposed to be around here, you know, with our heads up our asses, thinking we made it, thinking we saved. Not moving with fear. We're supposed to be moving with fear. All right? Because these are the times. You got it?
According to all the iniquities of our fathers.
Right, according to all the iniquities of our fathers. All right? Now, how are we supposed to approach this thing? Yeah, the Lord ended it, according to Lamentations 4:21. He ended our punishment. Okay? It's ended. But how are we supposed to be receiving the grace that He's given us? With meekness, all right, with lowliness of mind. All right? Not out here in a riotous mindset. Okay? In a drunken mindset. All right?
It says,
we're supposed to be humble. Okay, go ahead.
Which departed from the Lord our power.
Right?
It says, "Hear Israel the commandments of life."
Right, the commandments of life. This book is the commandments of life. It's the instructions of life. Okay, go ahead.
"Give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth it to Israel that thou art in thine enemy's land?"
How happeneth unto Israel thou art in an enemy's land? These are spiritual markers. Okay? These are spiritual markers. Letting us know, all right, where we stand in the world, where we stand with the Most High Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai. All right? So how are we yet this day in our captivity? That's Israel's in captivity. All right? They're not free. All right? They're being held hostage by the devil. Did you have something? I got Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14. And go ahead.
It says that thou art waxing old in a strange country.
And we are waxing old in a strange country. That's why our people are completely lost. Completely asleep. All right? In all fashions of different philosophies. You know, our people are super predators, super adulterers, super idol worshipers. Yep. All right? Super religious. Okay? Super white supremacists. There's a lot of you Negroes that push, you know, this devil's agenda. Okay? Go ahead.
It says that thou art defiled with the dead.
And that's us taking on the customs of the other nations, the heathen nations. All right? We worship Christmas, Easter, okay? You name it, Halloween. All right? And why is it referred to them as the dead? Because they don't have the law of life. The law of life was given to us so that that would be our glory in front of the nations. Right. And we're trying to recapture that. And the Lord has been basically shot forth his grace unto us so we can turn back. And gave us grace so we can turn back. So we're not supposed to be in a state of really not knowing what's going on. In the spirit of mirth. You know? Again, it's the end of the feast of unleavened bread. All right? Where the angels right after the angels passed over the houses, man. After all the firstborn of Egypt were put to death. All right? By the death angels. And what do you think is coming to America? Because the scripture says in 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter, that, you know, he will punish Egypt again. You see? And that Egypt is really the whole world, man. Wherever Esau has his hands in. And he has control over the whole world. All right? Is it more on that or is that?
That was it.
Okay, go ahead.
Isaiah.
The one before that.
Matthew.
What is it?
Matthew 3 and 11.
Okay.
I baptize you with water.
Oh, you know what? Go to Isaiah. Isaiah 14. You see? Because we POWs, man. All right? We're prisoners of war.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord, Yahweh Shai, will have mercy on Jacob. And will yet choose Israel.
Right. You see, despite what the world is saying, despite how they're pushing us down and keeping us at the lowest of the low, despite them calling us super predators, whatever the case they may be calling us now, useless eaters, despite what they're saying, there's a remnant, an elect, all right, that the Lord is going to save. So read it again.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Right, he's going to have mercy on Jacob. You see? And all you other nations, all right, you're going to get the judgment of the Heavenly Father, his indignation, his wrath. But he's going to have mercy on Jacob. You see? Go ahead.
And will yet choose Israel.
He will yet choose Israel.
And set them in their own land.
Right, so there ain't no replacement theology, all right? Or supersessionalism, you see? And that's what these Christians bring, because they don't want to accept the prophecy, all right, that we're the chosen, all right? And we're destined to be saved out of this fucking place, America, while it's being destroyed and burned by thermonuclear fire.
That's right.
All right? Because that's what's coming to America. War, unrest, anarchy.
Total darkness.
All right, go ahead.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
The strangers are the Israelite foreigners. All right? The strangers are the Israelite foreigners. Okay? Because at this point, hey, at a point we were Gentiles. We were in a heathenistic mindset. And those strangers are still in the heathenistic mindset. But they're going to come back to who they are. And they're dispersed throughout the four corners of the earth. They're dispersed throughout the nations of the earth. And they look like the nations. You see? But they of the seed of Israel. All right? Go ahead.
And they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob.
Right. Go ahead.
And the people shall take them and bring them to to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Right? Because that's going to be the heathen. All right? They're going to be, all right, serving us and in hardcore slavery. Okay? Because the world benefited off of our slavery. So it's only right we get payback. All right? And the Lord said that we're going to get payback. You see? Jump to verse 7.
It's Isaiah 14:7. The whole the whole earth is at rest and is quiet.
It's like a 13.
Con. This is Isaiah 14:13. I'm sorry, 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground?
Right. In other words, the light bearers. All right. And that'll be the Illuminati in this case. Okay. Go ahead.
Which didst weaken the nations.
All right. For better understanding the international banking cartel. Okay. The central banking cartel. Okay. Go ahead.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
Right. So you want to transcend. All right. You want to be godlike. Okay. You see. You want to be the top decision maker. You want to be the top judge. Okay? But the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and his son, Yahweh Shai, is the top judge. Okay? Go ahead.
I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
Right. And see, that's Esau. Okay? With his whole scientific institutions and their whole transhumanist movement. You see? They're trying to merge biology, all right, with technology. And soon enough, people are going to have to take the RFID chip, which is going to have your digital currency on it. It's going to have your medical history on it. It's going to have a social credit system. It's going to be, and the foundation of it is going to be off a social credit system. You see? All right? You're going to have a credit score. All right? And it's going to be based off what you say and do on the public spectrum. Or on the social media spectrum. See? And that's what's coming in this year. All right? Go ahead.
I will say also upon the mount of the congregation.
Which is Israel, you Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those that be under the curses that's dispersed throughout the four corners of the earth. That's who it's speaking to. Go ahead.
And the signs of the north, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
Right. And so Esau has this godlike complex, all right? And he wants to transcend above God himself and above the people of God, all right? That's why they don't let us know who we are in this society. We're just Negro. We're just black, all right? We can never be Israelites, Hebrew Israelites, what we are. And if we're Hebrew Israelites, we always call some derogatory like black Hebrew Israelites. Okay? That's a derogatory statement. We never said we were black. In fact, we tried to get as far away from that connotation as possible. Or term as possible. You see? Black. Black represents death. You see? They got black conscience. Okay? They got black power, black movement. Black is death. And as long as you keep calling yourself black, you're going to remain in the congregation of the dead. You see? We're Yasha'Allah. All right? We are people with purpose. All right? We are people with principle. Okay? That's why we come out here, rain, sleet, snow, sunny, all right, to proclaim the truth to you people. We don't give a damn how you feel. All right? Because the hell with your feelings. Read.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Right. Go ahead.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
And hell is synonymous with death. Okay? And that death is not just physical. All right? It's talking about them falling. Okay? Falling as a nation. Okay? Because the Lord refers to the heathen as the dead. Why? Because they don't have the laws of life. You see? And as long as you don't have the laws of life, of course, you're going to remain in that congregation of the dead, as the scriptures say. those that wander out of the way. All right? Well, the nations never had the way because the way was never revealed to them. It was only revealed to us. Okay, we lost it according to Jeremiah, the 17th chapter, the fourth verse. The Lord says we will discontinue from our heritage. Now the Lord has restored us. You see? And that's a big problem with the chief ones, the elite ones in the world. But okay, it's okay to have a problem. If we got a problem, go ahead.
They that see shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee.
Right.
Saying.
Right, because the Lord is going to take them from their preeminent spot, all right, to the most basest point, spot you could possibly think of, all right? They're going to be lower than us, than we are now. They're going to be lower than that. You see? The so-called white man has been basking in pride, walking the earth with an arrogant prowess, and soon enough, the Lord is going to bring them down, man, all right? And he's going to raise us up. Those who truly want the world to change. You see? Those who truly are tired of the condition. That's really, really sad about the reproach that we have to go through. You see? While everybody partying and playing. Okay? Go ahead. Read that again. They shall go down to hell.
Yep. They shall. Yep. Isaiah 14 and 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee.
Right, they're going to consider them because they were at a place of preeminence. You see, this devil is at a place of preeminence. Okay? And when the Lord take them down, they're going to go from preeminence, all right, to a primitive state of living, or a primitive state, period. Okay? Oh yeah, that's what we were just doing too.
Yeah, because I thought I had a camera. I mean, umbrella, but that motherfucker broke. I got this.
Okay, Constance. Go ahead, bro.
Constance.
Yeah, that was. You only got one umbrella.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 14, and we read 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee.
Right.
Saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Right. Because at one point, Esau got that preeminence, but the Lord gonna make him primitive. All right, and that's why it says that hell is gonna come upon him, and hell is synonymous with death. And that death, we know, is just not physical; it's spiritual. Okay, because they're not gonna have the laws of life. See, the Lord has put them in a position where they can walk throughout the earth with an arrogant prowess, destroying everything, as the Lord, as the scriptures say, how's the hammer of the earth? Cease. All right? Because the Lord is going to take the devil's knowledge away, and has been taking his knowledge away. All right? And he's going to take his power away, his sovereignty. You see? And sovereignty is from the Lord. Go ahead.
Saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms? That did shake kingdoms?
Yep. Hey, what 50 Cent says, in high school you was the man, you know? Yeah, and that's how we're gonna look at that's how we're gonna look at Esau, man. All right? What the hell happened to this man? He was the upstanding, you know, can't do wrong. He the innocent man of the earth. You know? Go ahead.
That the kingdoms did shake, verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners.
Right, and we his prisoners. You see, this man was so terrible in the earth. This man had every nation shook, and he got the Lord's prized possession, or his prized people in his possession. You imagine that? You imagine the pride that comes with that? Oh, you God's people, I get to shit on you any type of way. You see? God created the heavens and the earth. You should imagine this devil in his pride, man. Imagine this devil in his pride. I got this holy land. I'm gonna rebuild the third temple. Imagine this nigga's pride, man. All right? Hey, but the Lord said he shall laugh at you, man. He's laughing at you, man. Okay?
This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 9. It says, why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. That's right. Which is Esau. Okay? He coveted the Lord's people. He covered fields. He covered the Lord's holy land. Right? Exactly what the brother going into. For such as one setteth his own soul to sale. Because while he liveth, he casts away his bowels. The physician cutteth off a long disease.
So basically, he sold his own soul with all the treachery that he's doing.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about the law. Like, if you take somebody a possession, if you steal somebody's possession, you gotta restore it sevenfold. So this man stole everything. So he gotta ransom his whole soul.
Yep.
You see?
The scripture say, what is the number? A lot of blood.
Numbers 14. Is it 21?
Yeah, about blood. Yeah.
Like
that's the only way you can repay us back from the wickedness that you've done, is by spilling your blood, and that's what's gonna happen. See, the recompense is the judgment that's gonna the recompense is judgment being placed on the so-called white man. Okay, and it says the physician cut him off a long disease.
Because that's what you are. Hey, y'all remember that clip? Jake was on there. He was like, "You're the virus of the earth." And he was going in.
The old dude with the dread.
Yeah, he was going in.
He said, you got to exterminate. Yeah, this a couple of years ago.
Yo, that.
Yeah, I think it was on C-SPAN.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was on C-SPAN. But the dude was older, Jake. He said, we gotta exterminate these white people. That's what he said. That's the solution. And which is the so-called white man. I mean, it's Esau, which is the so-called white man. Okay? And it says, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. See? So one day you're going to be in rulership, the next day you're going to be taken off. See? That's what the movie Trading Places is about. Spiritual. Okay? We understand that concept through the spirit. That trading places.
Oh, well,
might watch it tonight. You know?
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, man. It's an element classic too. You know? And it shows you how the elite, they can play with the stock market, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. You know? But at the end of all this, the precept says, he that is first shall be last, man. Okay? So if you're a king today, you in your glory, You see? That rich man in Luke, the 16th chapter. You see? In Revelation, the 17th chapter, that whore that sit up upon many waters, man. That was decked with the gold and purple, which means royalty.
All right.
And what happened? At the end of that chapter, it tells you how the nation is going to destroy you. Okay? And that's by the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's right. Okay? That's what somebody hold on deck, Joel 3. Just hold it on deck. Because in there it tells you on why the nations is getting together and they're gonna fight because what you did to the Lord's people. So the Lord's gonna get everybody together and destroy you. You know? But go ahead, Lamar, what you say.
Kind, it's the book of honestly, it's just landing off right back off what you said. Ezekiel 28 and verse 12, and it no, Slakia, not verse 12, is verse 18. Thou hast defiled the sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquities. By the iniquity of thy traffic, therefore I will bring forth a fire from the midst of thee.
See, by the iniquity of thy traffic. How did you get the Lord's people? Through traffic. How do you traffic? All right? You sold them from this land to that land. That's the traffic. You see? You did that. Nobody else did what the so-called white man did to the Israelites, to the blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, man. So read that again.
Huh. Ezekiel 28:18. Thou hast defiled the sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquities, by the iniquity of thy traffic. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee, it shall devour thee, and I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth in sight of all them that behold thee.
Woo. See, that ain't happened yet. So the Lord got to destroy this thing. Okay? The Lord got to destroy the so-called white man. He got Esau has to go. That cancer, that disease. See, the scripture said he cut off a lung disease. Right? That's the disease of the earth. Okay? Go ahead, I'll got it.
Verse 19, all they that know thee among the people shall be astonished at thee. Thou shalt be a terror, and never shalt thou be any more.
That reminds me of Job. He shall be
The flower is a dream.
Yeah. Like his own dung. You know?
Yeah, and that's exactly what Isaiah 14 goes into. Reach the level of Godhood, or he wanted to transcend like God, or
We should
be
get
like
that.
God.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
Oh, you reading another chapter? Okay, come. You start from verse 1?
yeah, we did.
Come.
Read 1 and 2.
I think 1, 2, and 3, then we went to 7, down.
Because I went to part, because I made
16.
I made a point. I said, he got us put as prisoners.
Yeah. When a captain is going to be loose.
Captive exile.
Yep. The captain is about to be loose. Keep on.
I get really quick. This Revelation 18 is 9. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her.
Yeah, with that traffic. See, when you go into the beginning of Ezekiel 28, it speaks about the traffic. You know?
It says,
You know what? That's the reason why Esau got proud.
yeah.
You see? Getting all that money.
What Jeremiah
resources.
says.
You know? You were selling the Lord's people. Alright? Just making money off of them. And you still making money off of those people by putting them in a prison system. You getting big bucks from that shit. Child support. You getting big bucks from all of that. You know? Go ahead.
So that's been the process of child support. So basically, Esau is making money off your demise.
Yep.
In your household.
Yep.
That's how you
That's
control your
wicked as
wealth.
hell, man.
That's how
You
you
getting money off of me being a father?
Right. And he's exploiting the fact that there's a rift between, causes a rift between the father and the mother, and then exploits it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to come in between the man and the woman.
Yep, that's right. That's the secret.
But Esau's system, Esau's entire system
It's split.
it has done that. You know? His entire system has done that. It said, the scripture said that the woman should, and if you give me another wife, you know?
Her servant shall not have permitted.
Yep. She ain't supposed to take nothing.
Still serve.
She ain't supposed to take no money. If you separate, she ain't supposed to take no fucking alimony.
Let her go out without money.
Yeah. She ain't supposed to do that. You know?
It says,
Feminism, that broke up the family home, the family structure. So this devil got a lot to pay for. You wonder why these women are bugged out? A part of it is because of the damn serpent.
Women's rights.
Yeah, women live.
it says, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
See, 1 hour the Lord will destroy the wicked. You know? And we the ones that got it. We're the ones that's chanting it down for the Lord to come.
That's right.
We're heralding in Yahweh Shai and the holy angels to come destroy this place, man. That's why we gotta be out here. You know?
It says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Yeah, because he made all of that money. See? China making money through was making, well, they still are. All the nations, they still making money from
America.
From this war. Okay? They still making money from this war.
That's the #1 consumer nation in the world.
especially with that petroleum.
Yeah.
That Esau controls. Especially with that petroleum. And there's more to it, you know. Go ahead.
It says, the merchandise of gold and silver and
it.
precious stones
That's it.
and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk.
What chapter you at?
Revelation 18. And scarlet.
Yep.
And all thy pine wood. You know, and America is a big seller of wood just for all the pine and big oak trees up. Yep. They distribute wood all over the world. That's why they cut all the trees down. Yep.
They were shipping some to Spain. They were shipping some products and things, everything going to Spain.
Yep. It says, all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood.
See, this is what Esau, like this, if you look these things up, these things cost money.
Yep.
A lot of money. So imagine how much this devil actually has, man. More than your heart could want. But that nigga is greedy.
Covetous.
That's covetous. That's that covetous man. Go ahead.
It says, of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments. It says, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, like the brother just mentioned, oil, the petrodollar.
Yeah.
It says, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts. Now, think about it. This is one of the reasons why Esau doesn't keep the land set. The land doesn't get a chance to rest. All of these things come from the earth. You know? It says,
Yeah, you know, to make one lithium-ion battery, you got to dig up 500,000 pounds of dirt.
Yep.
For one battery. Destroying this
He's just destroying the world. He's destroying the world.
well. It says,
But you people out here saying that this devil ain't the devil, you know?
maybe the same shit. Just like they giving
Like the so-called white man is good. This nigga is a terror to the universe. He's a terror to people. He's a terror to animals. He's a terror to the trees. He's a terror to the air. He's a terror to the water. He's a terror to him fucking self.
it says, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men.
And slaves and souls of men. So he got people's souls out here. What's the dude name for want to come back?
Scorpion.
Shang Tsung.
Yep. I want your soul.
Your soul is mine. And how do he take your soul? By the witchcraft, the sorcery.
And
Yep.
when you see that white dude that was saying, he was talking about free rights. He's like, my body, my choice. He said all of that's over. Y'all, it's a clip, man. You know, y'all probably see basically saying that free will shit is over.
Yeah. Your body is his.
And I think he was speaking in regards to jump shot in the
See?
Props.
See, you people don't understand, man. For you ones that say that MOTB ain't the mark of the beast is not the RFID chip. You people don't know what the fuck going on.
Right.
That device is going to get Esau. That device is for Esau to say that he owns you.
Yep.
That right there is for him to say, you are mine. Your soul is mine. You are mine. And he got a lot of, he got 2/3 of the nation of Israel. It's just like when you watch Spartacus. Whatever house you're at, you got to get branded to say that you belong to this person.
Yep.
See, this is a history of Esau. See, when we came over here on slave ships, you had to have your ID. You had to have your card to say what land you, who was your slave master. If you got caught somewhere by yourself or whatever it is with your family or whatever, hey, yeah, where your papers at?
They used to holler at us.
Yeah, where your papers at? Yeah, collar you. Yeah, collar us. And they'll know, all right, this slave belongs to such and such as Candyland.
Candyland, right.
You know, this nigga belong to Candyland. You see? And then it transformed into the strawman. Okay?
Oh, Esau knew what he was doing with the
Yeah.
strawmen because the strawmen came in the 1950s in World War II, and Hitler used that, and the propaganda machine used that as a Social Security brand.
Yeah.
And that's where the strawman came. Because after that,
That's
now
where
we got Social Security
And that's
cards.
where the Social Security card comes from. This is why we have license.
Yep.
See, he wants you for himself, not for other people. Get me that out of Thessalonians, where it says he sitteth, he sitteth at the Lord's people, or something like that. I feel like I can't really get it out, but it's in Thessalonians, right? Second Thessalonians.
Yep. It's
So,
it's
hey
2
man,
and 4.
you've been identified, man.
It's 2 and 4.
Huh?
It's 2 and 4. It says 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. It says, "Cool." Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means,
Right.
for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first,
Yep, and we fell away through slavery. Go ahead.
and that man of sin be revealed,
Yep.
the son of
And
perdition."
before that, just to give a little history on it, that was going into 70 AD first. And then through the spirit, we say, we ultimately fell away, through slavery and things like that too. So the first breakdown is really of 70 AD. Okay, go ahead.
It says, "And that man of sin be revealed, the
Right.
son of perdition."
That man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So we're at the time where the man of sin is being revealed. And we got the receipts to show you that this is the son of perdition.
That's right.
He has the nigga tab is open.
Yep.
He ain't closed his tab. Okay? Yeah.
It says, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High."
See, he will oppose himself and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High. See, this is why he changed the image of the Most High in his Son, in the angels, and his people. See, this was a conspiracy. Okay, this was a conspiracy. Con meaning with, spare, okay, which means to breathe or inspire, to breathe together. So it was a group of elites, a group of men that got together and they made a plan. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take Lord's people, we're gonna do this, we're gonna change the images, and that vibration from that time period in Revelation, the 20th chapter, where it speaks about Satan being loose. Okay? That's where it all came in there. From there all the way until now. So go ahead.
It says, "And all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High."
So instead of worshiping the Most High and his Son, now we worshiping him.
Yep.
You see? You fucking devil. You came and brought what is it? What did they bring? What was the term? Not Abraham Lincoln. What's the nigga name? Cristobal Colon.
He brought Catholicism over.
Catholicism.
And Christianity.
He brought Catholicism. He brought the white meat.
Yep.
We didn't know nothing about the white meat.
Yep.
He brought Roman Catholicism.
Convert or die was the slogan.
That's what it was. It was convert or die. So this man has a God-like complex.
Yep.
Okay? Hold on, racing. Go ahead, Al.
It says, "In the temple of the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High."
Right. Yeah, in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. So he is at his peak, and he's over the earth, saying, "I'm God.
Right.
It can't get no better than me." That's why that black folky bitch from Good Times, he said, "I don't know what I see. My mother or this Jesus picture."
Yep. Anybody's lost.
You see? That's why the other scripture says, if our gospel be hid, it'll be hidden. If our gospel be hid, it's hidden from the lost. But why? Because of the God of this world.
Yep. blinded
That blinded them. Why? Through Roman Catholicism, through his witchcraft, his sorcery, man. See, you've been identified, man.
That's right. Son of perdition.
You are the son of perdition. You've been identified. You got it.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity, and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it.
Woe to them that devise iniquity. Meaning destruction is to them that devise plans, schemes. Go ahead.
We start back. And work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
See? When the morning is light, they practice it. Why? Because they get together at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, which hours, okay? And they sit at their table.
And
they sit at their table and they devise iniquity. And one of the things they do is ultimately is how can we get the Lord's people? How can we get the Lord's people to not believe in him, worship him, think on him? That's what the devil is doing. Go ahead.
It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence.
And they covet fields, right? That's that covetous man. And take them by violence. How do they take them by violence? They are going fucking drone strike of countries, you know? The drone strike somebody, and then they're going there and take all their resources.
And then so-called come to their aid and say that, oh, we're helping you rebuild. Oh, but you got to give us this. Y'all got to take this democracy first. Then we can rebuild. Yep.
It says, in houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Yeah, you took the Lord people's heritage away from him. You covered what did he say? Oppress
a man in his house.
Oppress a man in his house and his inheritance, man. Nobody did that but the so-called white man. Nobody did that but him. Okay? So that's a conspiracy. Ones that devise. Look up the word devise. You got something?
This is Exodus 21 and 16. And if he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
It is just that simple. That's in the law. If you steal a man and he be found in your hand, and when you go into that word hand, it's God in the Hebrew, okay, which means power. So we're in the power of this devil. So guess what? Surely he shall be put to death. That's why Revelations 13 says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the faith and the patience of the saints, man. Go ahead.
This is the word devise in Micah 2 and 1 from the Hebrew ha'asah, which says to think, plan, esteem.
Hold on, to think, to plan. Okay? Hold on next, Psalm 64.
Calculate, invent,
Calculate.
imagine, to charge, impute, regard, reckon, to be accounted, be thought, to be computed, to think upon, consider.
See? So they got together, these elites, okay, the bankers, you know. And you know what? You can add in some of the other nations in there too. But we often be talking about this devil, Esau, Edom, Ashashwa. That's what we're talking about. Okay? But they did that. They changed our names around. They gave us slave names. You know? They gave us their last names. See, Rodrigo ain't no fucking Hebrew, ain't no Israelite name. That's fucking Spaniard. Okay? Gonzalez. That's the Spaniards. Youngs. Them fucking white boys. Okay?
Jackson.
Those come from the slave masters, man. You was on I don't know what the fuck you want to call them. Master, whatever, Master Youngs, Master Jackson. So when they let us out of slavery, shit, we the Youngs, we the Jacksons.
Yep.
We the Michaels.
Yep.
Okay? Okay. What you got? Is some more in there? The definition of this?
Oh, that was it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that was it.
You got something else out?
I got something.
I had Habakkuk 2 and 15. Just want to bring it out because we're talking about the philosophies and how they let's look at Habakkuk. So like let's look at Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15, and it reads, it says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And then how do they do that? You know, through their philosophies, through their democracy. Everything that Esau has done to trick Jacob, you know, put that bump in the road.
Yep.
And then what do? They point the finger and say, well, look at your children. Look at your children. Look what they're doing. But here's the reason why.
Yeah, we'll look at it. Esau knows that his ways are contrary to the Lord's. So if he can get you to follow it, then he's gonna look on you, laugh at you, and see he got you to go off. They damn well know their laws and their ways are contrary to the Heavenly Father. That's why they make laws against them.
Yeah. Well, that's what it said in the Apocrypha, in Esther. Remember the letter that was sent out?
Mm-hmm.
It said these are the malicious people. You know, their ways is contrary to our ways. That's what it said.
Okay.
Let me get it.
Come on, the Apocrypha.
Yeah, it's in the Apocrypha.
So
It's in the
his
Esther.
ways are not like
Yeah,
ours.
it was the letter.
Okay.
It was the letter that was sent out to 127 provinces. And guess who was in control of that? And why that even happened? Haman. Vocab. Vocab did that shit. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna start at 13:1 and I'm gonna jump.
Yep.
This Esther 13:1. It says the copy of the letters was this: the great King Artaxerxes writeth these things to the princes and the governors that are under him from India unto Ethiopia in 107 and 20 provinces. It says after, and I'm gonna skip verse 3. It says, now when I asked my counselors how this might be brought to pass, Aman, that excelled in wisdom among
Let's
us,
say vocab. Vocab.
and was approved for his constant goodwill and steadfast fidelity, and had the honor of the second place in the kingdom, declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people.
This is another conspiracy.
Yep.
There's always them nations trying to fuck with us.
That
we gonna be defended in the end, man. Go ahead.
It says that had laws contrary to all nations, and continually despised the commandments of kings.
See? It has laws contrary to all nations. Meaning thou shalt not murder. We're not supposed to eat swine's flesh. We're not supposed to pop animals. We're not supposed to tattoo ourselves. Martyr roundings of our head. Okay?
Lineups.
Yeah. Okay? We ain't supposed to eat blood, raw meat. We're supposed to serve, ultimately we're supposed to serve Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
You might as well just put that in the book bag.
You know? Go ahead. And every time we defy the devil, he comes down. That happened in Daniel.
Yep.
Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego and Daniel.
Yep.
You gotta bow down. Well, when the king comes, you all bow. No, we ain't bow. We bow to the Most High. Yep. Put him in the furnace. See, this was a history of us going against these other nations, and specifically this damn devil Esau.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, so as the uniting of our kingdoms, honorably intended by us, cannot go forward.
See? And they know this. They know, and we can't do nothing with these Israelites here. See, for a minute, y'all thought that y'all escaped See, for a minute y'all thought that he wasn't gonna wake up. So instead of destroying this off completely, y'all set up certain tactics to destroy us. Certain tactics that we won't wake up. Certain tactics that the Lord will keep his back turned against us, away from us. You know? Go ahead.
It says, seeing then we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men.
Be the ops.
Differing
To these nations.
Differing in the strange manner of their laws, and evil affected to our state, working all the mischief they can that our kingdom may not be firmly established.
See that? And what the fuck you think they're gonna do now?
Yep,
That's why in Rome, the reason why we was kicked out, because we were Judaizing.
that's right.
Which means it was a lot of brothers on these corners, like we are now, prophesying, converting. Oh shit, he said he isn't like now? Oh, he isn't like now? You see the dude said Shalom to Mike. You think that went all around the world, man? That video right there went all around. They said Shalom. Oh shit,
That's all it took.
everybody gonna look like he said Shalom. And you see the Israelites all on the corners, the brothers everywhere. See, Israel has taken over, man.
Yeah, that's the reason why they tried to kill Paul. They said, wait, whoa. He going against our God Diana.
Yeah.
We can't have this.
Yeah.
He fucking with our business. We can't have this.
Wilding it. It was wilding out there.
Fucking up the church's money.
Had them niggas screaming.
Yep.
It says, therefore have we commanded.
And it was niggas too.
Yep.
Fucking, those are Israelites. Haman, Vocab, those are Israelites, man. Clown.
It says, therefore have we commanded that all they that are signified in writing unto you by Aman, who is ordained over the affairs and is next unto us, shall all with their wives and children be utterly destroyed by the sword of their enemies.
Is that not a conspiracy right there? That's a conspiracy. That was a plan.
Yes.
And they had a due date for it.
Yep.
And the Lord, see, and the Lord came and helped. You got it.
It says, and that with their wives and children be utterly destroyed by the sword of their enemies without all mercy and pity.
See?
The 14th day of the 12th month Adar of this present year. They said they want you dead this year.
They want them gone. They want us gone. You see? That's why we got kicked out of Rome.
Yep.
And soon enough, a situation is going to happen in this present lifetime. And it's called Jacob's trouble.
Hell, even in Egypt, when the Pharaoh said kill all the men.
Yep.
Yep, kill all the children, unless they overtake us.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna get it.
Or let's deal with them
Yeah,
wisely.
deal with them wisely.
That's how they've been doing us
And
in
they put us in
America.
slavery. We in Egypt all over again, man. Come on, man. That's how we know we the people.
What was that? We just watching. I think that was Fresh and Fit. He was saying how like over in China and like Russia, like certain areas, they don't even play. You can't play like music videos and like rap. Like a lot of the garbage that's over here, they don't even allow over there to corrupt their people. You know?
They got heavy censorship over there.
Yeah.
This is Exodus chapter 1, verse 8. It says, now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it came to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they grew.
And that's what's happening now. Fucking them up. As much as you try to use the propaganda scheme, what vocab is doing, and, trying to demonize us and things of that nature, the Lord is still going to make a way for those seeds to be planted and watered.
He shall have mercy upon Jacob. That's what we read earlier. And yet choose Israel.
That's it.
Right.
And yet choose Israel.
That sons of Jacob shall not be consumed.
That's it.
The hell with your supersessionalism and replacement theology.
Don't work, man. See?
It says, the more they multiplied in Jerusalem, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
Yep.
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel serve with rigor, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage.
We built the pyramids.
In mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them to serve was with rigor. It says,
Hard bondage, man. Whips, killing, beating. Hard bondage, man. We're in bondage right now. You know? And they was getting their ass kicked in Egypt, man. That's why Moses had slew the Egyptian. You see? Go ahead.
yep, it says, and he said, fuck it, and the king of
What you say? Django? Yeah.
And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Siphrah, and the name of the other Pur. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. Damn.
Hey, that the modern day institution.
abortion.
Yeah, the modern day institution of that is abortion and Planned Parenthood.
Yep. That's yep. And that black bitch with the philosophy of the fucking devil.
That's believe and kill him.
That bitch said that this is what black women is doing, man. This a boy that aborted.
Yeah.
You know?
I think there was a statistic that came out that said abortions were the most common leading cause of death amongst African American demographics.
So you can safely say that the so-called black woman is committing genocide against her own people, against the men.
To these damn devils. The serpent and Eve, man.
There's a
Serpent ain't Eve.
going out. Eve is pushing this philosophy that I seen on YouTube the other day. They're pushing the philosophy that we're not gonna deal with black men no more. So we're gonna abort. If it's a son, we're gonna abort our sons. I gotta find this video. It's a black video.
That's what he referring. Ain't that's what you talking about?
As far as like the power structure, something dealing with power too, like something about power, like you're gonna stay.
Yeah, they don't want us
Yeah, it
in
was like-
rulership.
it was
That's what it is. They don't want us to be to rule.
Yeah.
No, it's a different one. I'm gonna find it.
Okay,
I'm gonna find
okay,
it. It was.
yeah.
I seen it before you posted that one. I'm gonna find it. But yeah, it's a philosophy going out there. They don't want to deal with black men, so they're gonna they don't mind aborting the babies.
Yep.
It says, it says, verse 17, but the midwives feared the Most High, and did not, as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives, and said unto them, why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. Therefore the Most High dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. It says, and it came to pass, because the midwives feared the Most High, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all of his people, saying, every son that is born you shall cast into the river.
So we was going through hell, man. That was torture. That was hell. Because they devised that iniquity, man. Hey, and we just got over. We just came, got off the feast of unleavened bread and the Pesach, man. You know. And this is the reason why the Lord came into deliverance back then, because these devils are trying to do the same thing now today.
Right.
So, hold on, Jack. Get Jeremiah. Jeremiah 16 and 14. Get that real quick.
It's Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 14. It says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Because that was a big thing.
Yeah, it was a big-
That deliverance was a miracle. high-powered miracles. Spiritual powers was going on. You know, the left hand was fighting against the right. The Magi was fighting against the, you know, Aaron and the staff. So it was a big, it was a big spiritual warfare going on. The Lord was causing locusts to come down. He was being dramatic on how he was taking us up out of that place, man. And it's something called Chinese whispering. That same the deliverance of the children of Israel got all around the world, the known world at that time. So they knew, oh shit, the Lord just delivered those Israelites from bondage. Go ahead.
It says, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Read it again.
But the Lord liveth that brought up
Read it all.
verse 14, it says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
See? And that's going to be the next Exodus. Okay? That's going to be the next Exodus. That's going to be the next deliverance. And this, and by this one, it's going to be by the UFOs, man. Which is the chariots of Israel, the vehicles of deliverance. Okay? And Yahushua is going to come right back. That same rock that's spoken of in 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter. Okay?
It says, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
And we going back home. That's why we doing what we doing right now. That's why we telling y'all to watch prophecy. See, it's the scripture said that the firmament, the books was open before the firmament, right? So the prophecies, watch the prophecies. Right. The Lord is going to make his second coming. You know?
See, there are more rampant talks of World War III now than ever.
More than ever.
I was just watching the news this morning, and the president or the foreign minister of the Ukraine, he said World War III is going to break out if negotiations break down.
See? And everybody fear it too. Don't look, man. You know, these politicians, these leaders and things like that, they're fearing. They're in fear right now about this situation.
Yep.
You know? Because no one wants to die. You know? Especially not no damn Edomite.
Edomite my job.
So they scared.
I'm in chance that with
Edomite my job, you always say, it's coming to the time, you gotta put your head between
Is that a piece of paper or that's my script? You can put that in the book, man.
He says, it's coming to time, you put your head between your legs, and kiss your ass goodbye. They know that time is coming too.
They gotta feel it. They gotta feel it. It's gonna be so dramatic. Yeah. Yep. You might say sleeping well, man. All right. The military going crazy. Them people, they don't want no war, man. Deep down, they don't want no war. They know, because they know that mad, baby.
Yeah, they teaching the U.S. military wokeism, and basically, they're not focused on war. This wokeism thing is an inclusive LGBT thing, and everybody getting together, accepting everybody, tolerating everybody.
They have the classes on that shit.
Yeah, that's what the military's on right now. They're not thinking about war. And I just seen this clip of a guy, this girl. She was like, "Oh damn, we got lobster, crab during wreck or whatever whatever you want to call it." And she was a soldier. And she was like, and the guy was watching the video. I guess he was a higher ranked dude. He said, that's for morale purposes. He said that, you know what that means? He said, y'all going to war. If y'all eating like that, that means y'all going to war.
I was going to say that. Anytime, anything that came up that was going to alter our
understanding?
Yeah, it's going to alter it to, like you said, it's a morale booster. As soon as you got steak and eggs, lobster, steak and eggs, to keep your ear open because the captain is about to speak. He's about to tell us we're about to do something that's different from what we already was so-called supposed to do. That's like a last meal. Yeah. They get a prisoner before you get on death row. They give his last meal.
What you want?
Yeah. It'll always be the steak and potatoes.
Steak and motherfucking potatoes.
You You want your woman to visit you? What you want?
I got something real quick. It's off the comic board. This is from GMS Hopeful Elect 144. Shalom to the folks on the comic board.
Shalom.
It says, 2nd Ezra 15 and 11. This is a bad chapter. But I just read verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. It's talking about America, man. Right?
Second Egypt.
That's the second Egypt.
Right.
Come on, man. You can't get around it. As the plagues before.
Huh.
So the Lord finna do this thing all over again, man. But He's gonna do it it's gonna be intense this time, man.
Sir.
This time, hey, even the prophets says it's gonna be scarcely saved, man. Even the prophets gonna be scarcely saved. That's how serious and real this shit finna get.
And what shall be the end of those that don't believe in the gospel?
That's it.
Ah.
Fire.
Fire.
More fire. Go ahead.
That scripture says, I shall work and work. Behold, I shall work and work in that day.
That no man shall regard.
Yeah.
Maybe Malachi, maybe
You got something? Go ahead.
I still got that Psalm 64.
Okay. Until you find that, you can
That's all right. That was cool.
okay.
Psalm.
Okay. Yep.
This book of Psalms, chapter 64. Hear my voice, O power, and my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Okay, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. The secret counsel of the wicked is the plan ultimately is to destroy the Israelites. That's that secret counsel. That's the conspiracy. Okay?
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
From the insurrection. Okay, and the insurrection is an uprising of the workers of iniquity. So that means you're gonna have Esau, Edom, okay, is gonna be making situations happen, okay, so for whatever it may be, to blame and come down on the Israelites for the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And they're gonna start with trying to come at the camps. They can set up a puppet camp or pay some Negroes off and get the wilding out. And here it is, you know, brothers may be on the corners, brothers may not. They'll pull up to your house or whatever it is, they'll try to come and roll on us, man. However it go, we just gotta be spiritually prepared. Go ahead.
Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
Yep, whet their tongue like a sword. See? And that's by their laws, the things that they say out their mouth, their meetings. Okay? What was their last line?
Even bitter words.
Yeah, we're not the Lord's people. Okay? That's bitter words. You know? Promoting us to get the MOTV, setting up puppets, you know? Bitter words. Yeah, the Most High is white, blue-eyed, bitter words. The Israelites are done away with, you know? Salvation is for everyone. Those are bitter words to the Most High's word. Everything that's against the Most High, you know? Bitter words, man. Go ahead.
Verse 4. They that may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Right?
Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
That's the proud man. Okay? How do they shoot at the secret? Planned Parenthood, syphilis, AIDS, cancer. All right? What they give a lot of Jake children growing up to make them have ADHD and things like that. Ritalin.
Back. Ooh, I was about to say.
Lead in the projects. Lead poison in the projects. My aunt, she suffers from that. She's 50. She's 50, what, 50 something? You know? And she has a, hell, my 9-year-old. My 9-year-old son can read better than my aunt, and my aunt is fucking like 51. My 9-year-old can read better than my aunt. He can read better than his great auntie because she has lead poisoning from the projects. Breathing and shit in for so long. Crack. You know? She got a child like mine. Crack definitely destroyed us. You still can't get back from crack. You got niggas still suffering from the symptoms of crack. You gotta turn crack babies came out.
Now, it's this thing with promethazine, heroin, they call it lean.
Yeah.
Opioid crisis.
Yeah. So this was something against the Lord's people, man.
And they made us criminals.
Yeah.
And then now they're suffering.
Thugs.
Yep. Yep.
But who did it though? Who has the money and the backing to promote these things on the media?
And call us super predators while they funneling drugs in our community. That's sabotage. That's sabotage.
Yeah,
right
super
there.
predator. Ain't no black man going to fucking across seas in the goddamn 80s to bring no fucking opium to America.
Well, they tried to say Nicky Barnes. What's his name?
New York.
American Gangster. Yeah.
Nicky Barnes.
They tried to depict that in the movie American Gangster with Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
man.
like he just did it all on
Yeah.
his own.
Like he had a connect. His cousins in the army, and his cousin was bringing about kilos. No, nigga, that was the CIA, FBI,
That
nigga.
was the CIA.
You know,
That was your governance military, man.
nigga.
And what the devil do is the military people who died, they hide the drugs
In their
in the
bodies.
coffins and they ship them here.
Yep.
They probably put it in their corpse.
Yeah. They take out all the corpse, put drugs in it,
Sew it back up.
and ship that shit over here.
And then sell the organs.
And then you want to know why. If you're in the military, you don't know shit, but you just see high-ranking people move you off your duty. All right, we got it from here.
Yep.
All right, go back. Zip that up. Make sure it's tight.
Make sure this gets through customs first.
Go ahead.
It's Lamentations 2:15. It says, "All that pass by clap their hands at thee,
Yep.
and hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem."
See, that's the other nations because we're destroyed now. We're destroyed.
You know that dude you hate so much on the bike, he's just so successful. And you praying on his downfall, that's the nations towards us.
Yep.
Praying
They
on our
couldn't wait.
downfall, yeah.
The nations couldn't wait.
Jealous. It says they disdained our person in Ezekiel's the 16th chapter. So they disdained who we were, you know, and how the Lord made us.
Yep.
Saying, "Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All of thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for."
See, that was the day. This is the day. That was the day. They looked for that day. They celebrated. They rejoiced. We was being shipped everywhere. When you go into that traffic thing, them other nations, Moab hates you niggas, man.
Yeah.
They was getting bread.
Elam,
Elam.
Ishmael.
They still calling Jake niggas over there. I just seen a clip a few weeks ago. Jake was over there overseas. They had an event, and they was calling them niggas as soon as they stepped off the bus.
But here it is, you punk ass niggas
Nigga.
want to love every fucking body. Pray for Ukraine. You niggas want to pray for Ukraine. They ain't never been to Ukraine.
Right.
Didn't know Ukraine existed until the shit came in the war. A lot of you niggas didn't even know nothing about Ukraine. Didn't even know it was a part of Russia.
Right.
My girl from Ukraine.
Still
don't know it's a part of
Still don't know. I just told you. Still don't know. You know? Remember, pray for Paris?
Yep.
Pray
Like
for
you niggas ain't been
Paris.
in Paris.
Ain't never been out of stride.
You don't know shit about Paris, the bonjour. You don't know nothing about Paris.
We.
But the French kids.
Nigga ain't never been off their block.
Motherfuckers on the Eiffel Tower.
That's it, y'all. You know the Eiffel Tower.
Or
You seen
Menage
that
a
movie?
Trois.
You niggas don't know a damn thing, man. But as soon as pray for Paris, pray for Ukraine, pray for this place, pray for that place. And here you niggas go, doing the hands and shit on some
Kanye
Light
West.
candles and shit.
Kanye West, he said it in this song. He said, "Pray for Paris, pray for Paris." Shut your ass.
It says, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it. The Lord has done that which he had devised. He has fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He hath thrown down and hath not pitied. And he hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee.
See, because remember, in Deuteronomy, it said that these things were going to happen to us if we defied his laws.
Right.
And them devils, they waited. They're going to fuck up soon. They waited.
Because they knew. What did he say?
Get Judah.
Con.
Judah 5. That was another conspiracy. See? You had Moab, you had Ammon there. That's another conspiracy.
The Assyrians.
You had the Assyrians there. Who was these people over there? And he gave them the rundown. Yeah, get that. But go ahead.
It says, he has set up the horn of thine adversary.
The horn represents power.
The horn, horn is the strip.
Yep.
See, they couldn't take us down on their own. I just seen a clip. It was an Edomite comedian too. It was funny as hell, I ain't gonna lie. He was like, basically he was saying that how Jake is better than them. How we better than them. He said, so putting you guys in slavery, that was pretty cool. Like, he was like, how the fuck did we get y'all in slavery and y'all to this day is still better than us? And so he was like, well, yeah, you know what? It is kind of raw. Like, you know, how did we do it? Type shit. I'm gonna find that clip, man. That shit was funny. But it's true. The Lord did it, though. You know? Go ahead,
It's Judith 5:15. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength all them of Esabon, and passing over Jordan, they possessed all the hill country. And they that cast forth them, the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Jebusite, the Sycamite,
this is going into the history.
and all the Gergesites.
So you had Eminer, you had Ham. They want their revenge. Ham like wanted their revenge.
And they dwelt in that country many days. And whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the Most High had hated iniquity was with them.
See that? Read that part again.
Oh yeah, sir. What?
Go ahead, you go ahead.
Oh yeah, because the Lord said He didn't put us in the land because of our righteousness or because we were great in number. It's because those nations were going under.
Yep.
I think this again. Here you go.
What you found it?
No, this the same dude, but that ain't the clip. I gotta look at this clip.
Judith 5:17. And whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the power that hath iniquity was with them.
Yep. That's why Esau searched out of it. Because he knew as long as we serve the Lord, they can't touch us. They can't do nothing to us. Right. The Lord gonna lift up a standard.
Yep, it's gonna say it again.
Verse 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, going against the statutes, going against the Most High,
Yep, that's it.
they were destroyed in many battles, very sore.
Yep.
And
So they know our history. See? They know our history. You don't think the Masons was getting together and saying, look, this is how you defeat them. This is how you do this.
Yep. Well, imagine
Jim Crow did it. This is how you get a slave. This is how you make a perfect slave.
Yep.
Jim Crow did it.
That's how you get them to go on.
No, that's what the Greeks did. The Greeks, they were attacking us on the Sabbath day, man.
Yep.
You know,
couldn't fight.
they knew our laws.
And they cut us the sacrifice off.
Yep. And they were.
And that was the prophecy.
Nah.
Cut the sacrifice.
They always destroyed the temple because then we had to sacrifice to the Lord for forgiveness and the Lord to defend it. So
Yep.
we take the temple, sacrifice swine stuff on the temple.
Yep.
And now they know that we are the temple.
So they gonna foul
So
us.
they gonna try to come in and foul us.
Attack our body. That's why they put pork in every goddamn.
That's why when you're a fucking kid, you gotta get stuck with these shots and shit.
Yep.
Hey, you, hey,
A lot to pay for.
Hey,
A
y'all
lot
gonna
to pay
fucking pay, man.
Right?
That's right. You fucking devils is gonna fucking pay, man.
Can't stop the
Y'all gonna fucking pay.
Back in verse 18, but when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into the land that was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. That's why they can't leave us alone. Because they leave us alone,
We gonna be righteous. We gonna go back to the Lord.
Like kicking their
They
ass.
have to keep something. They have to entertain. Brand something. They have to do all this shit to get our focus because we sheep.
Yep.
They study this. We sheep.
Right.
We follow shit.
Yeah.
We get distracted.
As
You
long
know?
as long as the Lord don't hear
We
us,
follow shit.
and as long as we detestable in the sight of the Lord, it's good. It's good.
They really don't want us.
But see, all that changed when the prophets stood.
That's right.
Go ahead, keep reading that.
That's why great
Right,
fear.
that's spirit.
but now are they returned to their power.
Woo! Whoa, check. That.
And are,
Like when Bruce Lee got the blow.
Yeah.
but now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the places where they were scattered,
Crawled up out of them graves, man.
and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Yep. And what happened was, and I heard this from Elder Ayathun when we was in Atlanta a couple of months ago. Yeah, that's probably like a year ago. Yeah, about a year ago. And he had said, and he said that he read a book. He found a book or an article or something of that nature, and he said that when they came and took us from the west coast of Africa, they sent one boat first, just to see if the Lord would do something. And nothing ever happened. Bring all them niggas. And then they flooded us because we was going off. So they know. After that boat, after the report came back, see, this was a process. This was a process. And after the report came back, they rounded up all of us. We all came over here. Not all, but you know that.
Everybody that needs it.
That's just like it's almost like sending it's like being a boat and sending a bird to go find land. You know, you send that bird to go find land. If that bird don't come back, you know, just like Noah did in the flood.
But now they're on pins and needles.
Yep.
But it said great fear. It's all upon them. They see multitude.
It's Judith 5:20. Marie, read it. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
See, let us consider that this shall be their word. That's why the brother here read the Lamentations.
That's why you have
Sin. So now, put pork in every fucking thing. You see?
Make them commit
Mixed
adultery.
fabric. Make them commit adultery. Put the woman over the man.
put this in the movie. So
Put this in a movie.
Make them kill their children.
predictive programming for
Predictive.
Hollywood,
Hollyweird.
depicting us as pimps, depicting us as rapists,
Yeah, make them
depicting,
hormones.
depicting us as hypersexualized. You know, Jake can't even control their urges, man. You know,
I can't find it. I'm gonna look for it.
and so since he made us animalistic through his system.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
And that's basically what they're doing. With the drill music, that's why they let so much violent music be played over the airwaves.
Yep.
That's by design. They don't play it in. Of course, they're not gonna play it in on their radio stations. But as long as it's in our radio stations, and these kids are influenced by with it. That's why you see these kids. The other day, brother showed me a video of them basically Jake playing chicken and shooting at each other.
At the same fucking
At the same time, they crashed into each other. You know. So really, the answer is
Omar Johnson had the answer.
for good.
He said that put the niggas to sleep.
Well, the reason why is because of the nature of the upbringing of these Jakes, man. They completely gone. Yeah.
For good. You gotta put me to sleep. I know some of y'all don't want to hear this.
Right. Because I can't really say he can't.
Psychologize the niggas on the corner. Because the scriptures tell you that they're wild bull in the net.
That's right. That's right.
The
Yeah.
precept said that they're wild bull in the net filled with the fury of the Most High. Man. So Umar Johnson was right. He said, I can't go psychologize the niggas on the corner. You gotta put the niggas to sleep for good. For good.
Therapy.
You know? Death to be good for you.
Yep. Like Pastor Hart said. Good for him.
Death to be good for you. Now you're righteous. Now your spirit is back. You know? That's it. You had to get up out that filthy flesh. You know? Well, go ahead. Finish that up.
But now are they returned to their power and are come up from the places where they were scattered and have possessed Salakia. But verse 21, Jude 5 and 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord Yahweh Shemashah defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
That's it, man. And y'all gonna be a reproach before all the world, man, because the elect has returned. Okay? And Lord willing, we're part of that number, but the elect, the men of the Lord, they woke up.
That's right.
This is why Revelation 11 and 11, okay? Because it has to be a cutoff point, okay? It has to be a cutoff point. The Lord ain't gonna let you do all this. Hold, get it real quick, Job. What is that? 4 and 15? Or 14 and 5? 15 and... I don't think it's 2. I know
14
it's
and 5.
14 to 5?
Where they set the boundaries.
Yeah.
This is Job chapter 14, verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
See, thou appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. See? So there's a cutoff point of your madness.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, real quick, this is Revelation 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Right.
We are really in the making of prophecy. We are fulfilling the words out of the book. The Lord is raw like that. He wrote this. The prophet wrote these things down thousands of years ago. And this is why the book is alive, because now the energy from the prophecy is happening.
That's right. It's manifest destiny, nigga.
The spirit of the book is coming to life.
That's right.
And now we're upon our feet, literally. We're on our feet prophesying the downfall of this place. And that's why it says great fear fell upon them which saw them. Like, how the fuck did they wake up? Who the fuck disclosed this information? Esau was tripping. Was it you?
That's why he said you should have never created the internet.
Should never created the internet. But before the internet,
Books are coming out.
who leaked this shit? See, Esau was so proud he put it in books. Security bridge. You know? He put it in movies. See, the nigga was proud.
Yeah.
See, you know, you get big head, you get proud, you get comfortable.
I bet I can put this in the movie.
Yeah,
They ain't
right.
even gonna see
You
it.
see what I'm saying?
In plain sight. It's clear in plain sight.
Remember, Patrick Swayze. No, that's the nigga with the long hair, right? What's my man from
Ghost?
No. What's my man from the show that you like? What you got us on? House of Cards.
Oh, Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. I said Patrick Swayze. He did.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey. He did in the movie. Remember, he was in. I forgot the name of the movie, but he was on a golf course. He had made a joke about the Native Americans. Yeah.
That one was called Ace something.
Yeah, he said how.
Smoking it? Not
Yeah.
smoking Ace.
But anyway, whatever the movie is,
He was a lobbyist.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lobbyist
yeah.
or something like
He was a
that. And
lobbyist.
he was like, how? And he was making fun of Gad. He was like, how? I'm one of the lost tribes of the nation of Israel, something like that.
Yep.
You know? Well, then they put it in Good Times. If anybody was lost, we're it.
Yep.
You know? They put it in movies. They put it in the movie with Wesley Snipes, the 90s movie, when they were selling the drugs. Well, they didn't say that we was Israelites, but he said we was cotton pickers. Yeah, he said we was cotton pickers. But it was telling you that we was different from the Africans. You know? So they was always putting little things in there. You know? It was when he was selling drugs, you know. Yeah. No,
It wasn't them.
So like, Madia,
Can't hear him.
this is Psalms 124, verse 1. It says, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side.
Now tell him to come out here and read it. Where he at?
Yeah, I'm about to say he
I think
did.
he worked.
Yeah. I hear where
He says, I was confused. He said, he was like precept. I was like, I'm at camp. He said, no, it's something going on with y'all talking about. I said, oh, fuck, man. But let me go back. He said, this is Psalms 124, verse 1. It says, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us.
See?
Then the waters had overwhelmed us, and stream had gone over our soul.
Yeah, because it says what? It says the wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you now. So their hatred is spawning up right now. You know, and their wrath is here. And when the Lord said they come in as a flood, He's going to lift a stand.
It says, then the waters had overwhelmed us, and the stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Blessed be the Lord, who have not given us as a prey to their teeth.
Ooh, the proud ones.
Yeah.
See? And that's talking about nation. It's talking about Esau. Okay? So the water Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. See? The water Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Because he didn't give these devils a rule over us to consume us, man. Because he made a promise with his friend. He had a promise with his friend Abraham, man. That was his friend. He said, hey, I made this promise to my friend, man.
Man, that's
You know?
call him friend.
Man, I told my friend, you know, that I'm going to bless his seed, you know, and they're going to be kings, a nation of priests. All this folk lawyer, they even stepped in the plate. Man, that's one hell of a promise, man. This is one hell of a story. This is one hell of a story.
The best story of all time.
You want to know the best story ever told, man? You know?
Hey, the never-ending story. What was that?
It says, our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers.
He woke us up. And he said, now. However it happened. Some brothers heard the stories on, you know, King Masha and Albert Bivens, those great men. You know, what took place with them. You know, said that, hey, angels appeared, man. You know? So, hey, man, so why do you have Hashem now stop for that, man? Right. He said, right now, this is why I'm gonna wake him up, hey, and let the domino, and let the games begin.
fall where they may.
That's why. And you know what? Somebody must go back to Revelation 11 because my phone died. See, we in the midst of good times, man. Okay. Go ahead. You can finish that precept again. Go back to Revelation.
It says, the snare is broken, and we are escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord,
That's right.
who made heaven and earth.
Hold on. Our help is in the name of the Lord, man. See? It says, "Where no nation, where no man might be saved,
That there shall no salvation in any other.
there's no salvation in any other." You got the umbrella over the camera. Go ahead.
No, it's still CL.
Okay, slap. Go ahead. That's it. Powerful, man.
Really quick, you said we live at the times right now.
Yep.
This is Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Come on, man. And we in those times to see the fall of our enemies, man. That's why the scripture said great fear fell upon them, which saw them.
That's right.
Because you think come on, man, them elites, they was having dreams about us waking up.
Well,
You think not, nigga?
Cold sweats.
You think not?
Yeah.
You think they didn't have no dreams about the Israelites waking up? The Rothschilds had dreams of them being in slavery. I'm sure.
Cold sweats.
Through the Spirit, I'm pretty sure. They had dreams about slavery. They had dreams about them being on the bottom. They had dreams about us waking up. See?
Well, James 2 and 19 tells you that the devils believe and tremble. You know? So they understand the prophecies and what's about to unfold. They just can't stop themselves from stopping themselves from trying to stop it.
Go ahead. Finish that up, Revelation. Oh, you was that something?
Yeah, I was just
No, go ahead, get your precept. And then just get that Revelation.
this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. It's just, as far as still uplifting the brothers, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your God, and the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord, our power. Let your sins not weigh you down, let your iniquities lift up themselves. Woe be unto them that are bound for their sins and covered with iniquities, like as a field is covered with bushes, and a path therefore covered with thorns, that no man may travel through. It is left undressed, and is cast into the fire to be consumed therewith.
You know what? Go up a little bit on that. Go back to that real quick. Go up a little bit. Go up to like 3 verses.
I know. Okay, this is book 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
Yep. They're gonna try to attack the prophets. Go ahead.
They shall be like mad men, sparing none,
Yep.
but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Most High.
Yep. Which they're gonna be trying to. This is gonna be time of Jacob's trouble. Okay. So they're gonna come after the prophets. Go ahead.
For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
And this is going into Jacob's trouble, and the 2/3 is gonna be getting their ass mowed down in this time.
That's right.
What the elect is gonna be defended though. Go ahead.
Then shall be known who are my chosen.
There you go. Then shall be known who are my chosen. Because it's a chosen out here. Go ahead.
And they shall be
Because of the hell that's gonna happen, the hell that's gonna be going on. So they're gonna look, hey look, whoever the prophets is, everybody gonna see, damn, they okay. They good. What's going hey, some brothers may have powers, spiritual powers. You know? Oh, everything that those men were saying is happening right now. Then shall they know who it is chosen.
Hey, the book of Eli, example.
Yep.
They shall know the prophet among them.
Yep. Ezekiel 33. Go ahead.
And they shall be tried as gold in the fire.
See, tried as gold, tried in the fire. So we're going to be tested. Go ahead.
Hear, O ye, my beloved, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
That's it. See, the Lord, the day of trouble is at hand, and the Lord is going to deliver his holy election.
Shall surely avenge us.
He's going to avenge us. He's going to get us up out of this situation. Man. And this is the reason why he woke up the prophets in the late 60s. So this story can continue for our deliverance.
Right.
Hey, this ain't the end of the Israelite story, man. This is the end of Esau's story. That's right. But this ain't the end of the Israelite story. The scripture says we have an everlasting salvation.
That's right.
You know? Salvation is for the Jews. Go ahead.
It'll be an everlasting kingdom.
Verse 75, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your God.
That's it. The Most High is our guide. So we here, man. All right, now you can jump. Go back to this Revelation. If ain't nobody got nothing else, we can close that after Revelation 11. Go to 11:11.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High enter into them.
Yeah, that day and a half, 3 days and a half, what, from 16, 19?
Yep, 1620. 1620 to 1920.
To 19, yep.
And they stood.
Which is 350 years. Okay? That's it. Yep.
I'm sorry, 1620 to 1970.
1970, I was just for the correct. Yep, 1970.
That's 350.
That's 350. Yep.
And they stood upon their feet.
Yeah, because just going to in that little part right there, that 350-year time span is when we came
slavery.
Slavery.
Yep. Renaissance slavery.
Okay? So we was being that was the falling away period. Okay, the second falling away period, should I say? Okay, when we didn't know who we were, for the most part. Through the Spirit, I believe, it was always known throughout time periods of history that we were the Israelites.
Well, you had word of mouth. You know, we passed things down
Yeah.
mouth.
Through
So,
word of mouth.
You know, we had our songs that we sang about the chariots
Yep,
and all
yep.
of that. You know,
Well, coming off of a slave ship, we knew that we were. You know, Nat Turner knew that he was a prophet.
Yep.
Nat Turner knew
I was
that.
about to say
Nat
that.
Turner knew that the white man was the devil.
Yep.
That's why he did that revolt, but it wasn't time. Okay, so it's hey, this is history, man. We're gonna know it all, though. We're gonna know it all, man. Soon.
Yeah.
We're gonna know every detail on what went down, man.
And we're gonna know our glory. We're
Yeah.
gonna remember our glory.
You know, but we're gonna have another. We're gonna have a man.
A higher glory. It's gonna be so, man.
You know, go ahead.
Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them.
From generation to generation, you know, we were beat, we were whipped and raped and all type of things that was happening to us, you know. And the Lord said, all right, enough is enough. I'm gonna raise up my men and I'm gonna get them the fuck up out of there.
And they stood upon their feet.
And now you see, through the spirit of power of Yahweh Shai, we have camps all around the world now. And you can add in those other camps too, because that vibration of the 12 tribes is out here. And the vibration of who the fuck the white man is, which is the devil, and Esau Edom, according to the Bible, that's out now.
That's right.
The chariots, understanding the chariots, the UFOs, that's out.
That's right.
All right? They ain't a mystery.
The foreigners, that's out.
The scriptures tell us that about, it was a long mystery. You know? From generation
second
yeah.
Ezra, right?
Get that. Colossians 1 and 28.
Let's see, that was hid.
Yep. For ages and generations. So that time period, that 350-year time period it goes into that.
Colossians chapter 1, verse 26. It says, matter of fact, verse 25 says, whereof I am made a minister according to the dispensation of the Most High, which is given to me for you, to fulfill the word of the Most High, even the mystery.
So the men have to get woken up to fulfill the word of the Most High. This is Paul's speech. He had to wake up, knocked off his horse, kicking against the pricks that we all were. We were in Christianity, we was in Islam, we was in all various religions and think tanks. Some brothers didn't even believe in the Most High. So the Lord had to wake up those men who were lost, okay, to do the will of the Most High. Go ahead.
It says, even the mystery which has been hid from ages,
I'm sorry, let the scripture speak.
Even the mystery which has been hid from ages and from generations.
See that? Even the mystery that has been hidden from ages and generations, man. Ages is what? This is an age. See?
Yeah, 2,000 years. It's an age.
There's an age.
Yeah.
It could be age, could be the reign rule.
Yeah, a rulership. A rulership.
Yeah.
Did not the apostles ask when shall be the end of this age? When shall be the end of the world? So it was ages of us not knowing nothing.
And then you had like different ages of metals used in history, like iron, bronze, gold. They had bronze age, iron age.
Go ahead.
It says, but now is made manifest to his saints.
Read it again.
It says, verse 26, even the mystery which has been hid from ages and from generations.
Yeah, because remember it said the 7-day silence.
7 days of silence.
The 7 days of silence. Okay? And we woke up. That's what it says in the Apocrypha.
Truth been without fruit.
The truth for so long without fruit shall be declared. So this is where we're at right now. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, even the mystery which has been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints.
Now is made manifest into the saints. And the saints is the Israelites. So we have the story through the Holy Spirit. That's what the Comforter was about. I will not leave you comfortless. I'm gonna come.
Yep.
And I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you the truth.
That's why we don't have to debate.
We ain't got to.
That's why I see why Apostle Tahar was like, we ain't gotta go. We gotta come together.
We got the truth.
That's it. If you don't like it.
That's what the disciples said. Yahushua said, y'all want to go too? Shit, you got the words of everlasting life, man.
Right.
I'm going everlasting. I'm with you. I'm good. Shit.
They'll be back.
Go. I'm good. Where we gonna go? We got the truth. These other people, these people ain't got the truth. We got the truth.
Right.
We give it our apostles, man. The water of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Go ahead. That's it on that? Okay, then jump back to Revelation 11 and read it again.
Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. And they stood upon their feet. And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
And great fear fell upon them which saw them. See? Great fear. You got to understand that. Great fear, not just regular fear. This is great fear fell upon them.
Terrified.
They were terrified. Okay? You know that
5%.
you know the
Hourglass.
The hourglass.
You got it.
See, when the Lord woke up the prophets, turn that motherfucker down. It's only a time. Only a little time left. That's
You know when that sand run out?
when that sand run the fuck out. That's your ass.
Oh, you finna close?
When that sand run out, when it get all the way down there, about it, he cannot pass.
That's your ass with the post, man.
Oh, that hourglass.
See, you taught us English. Now we cussing you out in your own goddamn language. Stupid.
How did that feel?
Everybody got to speak English all around the world. You get cussed out everywhere.
Trying to hide the ancient tongue.
Hell, to the point where, see, the Lord is a genius. He's a mastermind. Now, we went off and he scattered us throughout the four corners of the earth. But you got like Jake over there in China, Italy. They speak in those languages. Confounded them fucking other nations too.
Now that is cheap.
That's wrong. That's shit wrong. That's shit wrong.
That's the checkmate.
That's the checkmate.
Surrounded your ass.
Wrong.
Surrounded.
We scattered it, you know.
Hey,
But we got those men over there. Over there. Well, it said that we gonna get fame when we was put to shame.
That's right. In all lands.
he said, hey, the Lord is a man of war. So we gotta think about it.
That's a war tactic.
This is attrition
It's
warfare.
tactical. That's tactic.
What they call them,
Man, what they do? They the undercover. They put in every
damn, what do you call this? Like,
And you think about it, we reproach everywhere in the world,
It's like sleep,
right? And the least desires. Is a man. That's why in Psalms 5 and like 4, it says, "We fools count their lives matter." So in the heathen nations, they're gonna see the ones that they despise and reproach the whole time.
Yep.
They're gonna see them get put
Hey,
in the church.
well, the strangeness about salvation, you're gonna be seeing more looking Israelites getting beamed up.
Yep. Oh, that's gonna be strange. That's gonna be strange.
His strange act this day, man. This shit, this is gonna be like none other.
Right.
Hey, when you go into the word strange, it says out of this world. It says alien. It says foreign. Yep.
See? Now we know why Bush made that speech. Go ahead. Keep that going. Keep that going.
verse 12. And they heard a great voice from the heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to the heaven in a cloud. And their enemies beheld them.
And that's us being delivered.
That's right.
See? That's the line upon line. So that line meant this. The 350 years meant one thing. The next line meant another thing. And then it jumped to the end. Now we getting delivered. You see that? That's why the Lord's speeding up the time. They just made it a law that daylight saving time is permanent. Come on, man. Times are speeding up now. Go ahead.
Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud.
So you had men that was standing on earth. They ascended up, meaning they were raised up.
Yep. That's translated.
Beam up. Beam me up, Scotty. Go ahead.
And their enemies beheld them.
And their enemies, the other nations. Go ahead.
And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the tenth part of the city fell.
This place is going to get destroyed.
That's right.
Okay. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted. And the glory to the Most High of heaven. The second woe is past. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Woo! We right here.
At the cusp.
You see how it went? You see how the Lord, that's poetry right there. Let's go. That's poetry. So that third world's woe, that's going to be the end all be all. All right, get Joel 3rd chapter. See? The Lord finna fuck this place up for what you did to his people, man. And all you nations is going to get it. He going to get you all at the same time.
You say that in Ezekiel. He called them out by name. He said,
Yep.
Moabites, you're going to go into captivity. The Ammonites, you're going into captivity.
Yep.
Esau, you going into captivity.
That's
so,
it.
3
Yeah.
transgressions and 4. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
See, this is where we at. The Lord is going to bring again the captivity. We were captives. We was in slavery. So the Lord is going to bring us back home, man.
That's right.
Isaiah 14:1 goes into that. Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, says the same thing. Go ahead.
It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
See that? So he's going to gather the nations, have them make war with one another, and he mustered up the host of the battle to plead for his people.
and he put a banner on it. He said, Jehoshaphat, the valley. You know how the Lord, when something major happens, he make you make a not a statue, but
Like an altar.
altar.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
yeah.
They'll make- you'll
For
put
this
a-
day, this is the,
Yep.
you know.
Yep. So-
When Judas Iscariot hung himself or killed himself,
yeah.
the blood spilled
Called
down
the
and
valley.
said, the valley of I forgot what it was called, valley of something. But I get what you said. He put a stamp right there. This is here because of this situation.
Yeah.
So
like a
the
memorial.
battle,
Yeah.
So the battle of Jehoshaphat is Yahushaphat, which means the Most High's judgment. Okay, the Most High's judgment. This is the judgment. Read that again.
Scorch that motherfucker. It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
This is World War III. The third will come quickly.
Yep.
So we in the midst of them times of the Israelites being delivered. We're in the midst of the times of Jeremiah 16 and 14.
Yep.
Okay? Where it speaks about how we're going to be delivered a second time out of Egypt. This is where we're at. Ain't nothing nobody can do about this.
You'll always lose.
You always lose. There's nothing you devils can do about it. There's nothing you two-third niggas can do about it either. Ain't none of these bitch ass niggas who want to fight for Esau, the so-called white man.
Ain't no amount of dissimulation you can do. You're gonna be thrust through.
Hand join hand in the wicked.
That's
I gotta
what
do
Shall
tonight,
not
my
go
brother.
unpunished.
How you doing, brother?
I said I'm feeling. My guys, man, I'm homeless right now. Y'all done helped me in the past before. I ain't gonna lie back. I got $1 so far, bro. Whatever y'all guys can spare, I would gladly appreciate it. Please.
Got anything for it?
You know,
I think I got a couple of quarters.
cash. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of it, brother. Think I'm alive. What's y'all name?
We the Israelites, brother.
Israelite?
Yes, sir.
Man,
We're
I
Israelite too.
Appreciate all y'all guys.
Yep.
Y'all stay, man. Y'all stay positive, man. Be safe out here.
Yes, sir. You too.
Yep.
Finish that up. We gonna get up out of here.
Time. Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Oh, we
Yeah,
ready?
yeah.
Hey, that's a spirit.
That's back in Joel 3 and 2. I will gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and my heritage
You see how
Israel.
you corrected me, so you finna say I said I'm late.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that last test. Hey, you gotta come to the proper right.
Yeah, that's what I told
You
you.
gotta come to the proper right.
You gotta come correct.
Yeah, you gotta come correct.
Yeah.
He corrected himself when he listened. That's the spirit. It showed like Jake be listening. Jake be listening. They ain't as bugged out as you be thinking. They be listening. Go ahead.
It says, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
See? He scattered the Israelites among the nations and part of the Lord's land, man. The land of Israel. And this is what we're going back to.
right.
After it gets cleansed. You know? Well, man, that's it. So, hey, Lord willing, this is edifying, okay? And see you, brothers and sisters, again, next lesson through the Spirit. With that, we'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises.
To Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Ruach
Double honor to our elders, apostles of the great millstone. Salutations to the occupant of four corners, pushing his truth and sincerity, love, diligence, respect, fear, and trembling. A Bible ball.
Bible ball!
Ricochet.
Yeah, that echoes.